Welcome back to the channel. So today I'm going to show you how to take cuttings from a jade plant and root them. But before I get into the video, I'd like to thank my newest subscriber up above. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. I'm glad to have you. Okay, so about a week ago I made a video and I pruned a future jade bonsai plant. And then I had all these cuttings that from the leftover pruning, and what I did was I left these cuttings sitting here on this table for the last week. Now, some people will take a cutting fresh off a plant, of a jade plant, and stick it into soil, and they'll get good success with rooting that plant right away. If you want to have slightly higher success, say you don't have a lot of cuttings or you need as many jade plants as you possibly can, then it's best to let this cut area callus over for about a week like I did. Now, you don't want to leave this cutting in direct sunlight. You don't want to leave it in the summer heat outside. That's why even though it's springtime where I live, I left it in my house on this table, out of the heat and out of the sun. I'm not really worried that I have more cuttings than what I need. I have a lot of jade plants, but still I let them callus over for 1 week, so hopefully I get 6 successful jade plant cuttings from here. So let's talk about soil. Jade plants are not picky when it comes to soil to root them in. I'm going to use just normal potting soil. You don't have to use anything super expensive. You could use just sand if you want. You can use bonsai soil if you want. Bonsai soil is a little bit more expensive. So even if you want to turn this cutting into a future bonsai tree, you can start by just putting it into normal potting soil, and then as it develops, then you can move it into bonsai soil to save a little bit of money. Another way that I have seen professional nurseries do it for jade plants, they will use 100% perlite to root their cuttings in. And what that does is perlite gives the root system a lot of air. And so by taking this cutting and sticking it inside of 100% perlite, the roots that develop will get a lot of air, and so they will develop a very strong and thick root system very quickly. Now, you can't leave this jade cutting into perlite long term. It's just a short time thing to get that root system to grow very fast and very healthy quickly, and then you would take and transplant it into normal potting soil. So it's a little bit more work, but if you really want the highest rate of success, you could use perlite. That's what the professional nurseries oftentimes do. So I'm going to do 3 in perlite and 3 in normal potting soil. And like I said, I'm not even sure what I'm going to do with all these cuttings once I get them, because I have a lot of jade plants already. But we could do a little experiment on this channel, and once they take root, I can take them up and see if the ones growing in 100% perlite have a better root system than the ones growing in normal potting soil. So I'm just sticking them into the soil, whether it's potting soil or whether it's perlite. I'm not using any hormone rooting powder on jade plants because jade plants will root so readily. You don't need to waste your time or your money of getting hormone rooting powder. Even if you have hormone rooting powder from other plants that you might use on for cuttings, I wouldn't waste it on a jade plant because I am sure that all 6 of these plants will most likely produce roots very soon. So the next thing I'm going to do is just give all 6 of these plants a good drink of water. I'm going to leave them in my house for at least the next couple of weeks, and then I can put them into partial sun. You don't want to put them in full sun for at least the next couple of months until they get a good root system, so you're not stressing the plant any more than what you have to. And just like that, with movie magic, it has been a year. These are my 6 cuttings that 1 year ago I planted into these pots, and I'm giving you an update now. As you can see, all 6 of them lived, and it looks like the 3 that were rooted into 100% perlite, 100% perlite, looks like those ones actually have done better than the ones that are in normal potting soil. They look like they, I've kept all these plants for the last year indoors in a sunny window, all 6 together. They all 6 got water at the same time. They all had the same lighting conditions, but it looks like the ones that were in normal potting soil, looks like they need more water than the ones that were in perlite. The ones that are in perlite, the leaves are thicker and healthier looking. So let's see what the roots look like. Hope you can see that the fine roots have grown all the way around the container of this one that's in perlite. I'll see if I can get this perlite off of here without damaging the roots. That's a great amount of roots in just 12 months. Wow. You can possibly see where the cut end right there. I'm very impressed with that. Let's do another one with 100% perlite. Once again, the roots are all the way around. Once again, that's a good amount of roots on that little guy. All right, the third one with 100% perlite. Once again, we have roots growing all the way around the plant, or all the way around the container. That's a good, healthy root system. And if I was to take these roots off this top part right here and just leave these ones down here on the bottom, I have roots going all the way around the edge of that cutting. So if I wanted this to become a bonsai, it would be a great root base, a great nebula of radial roots going all the way around this plant. Let me get this cleaned up and then we'll go over the other three. All right, let's see how the roots look growing in 100% potting soil. With this being brown potting soil, I can't really see brown roots, so let me just take some of this off and we'll see what kind of roots we have. It's pretty apparent there's a lot less roots when this cutting was potted in 100% potting soil. I mean, just look at the difference. Let's go to number 2. Yes, it's night and day, the difference between rooting a jade plant in potting soil or rooting a jade plant in 100% perlite. And obviously, with about 4 to 5 times the amount of roots in perlite, that's the reason why the plants look so much healthier and the leaves are able to store so much more water with the large roots that the 100% perlite gives these guys. So there's the, see how I can hold these for the camera. I guess I'll just hold them all together. That's 3 root spreads of a jade plant after being rooted in 100% potting soil. And here is the root spread of the same cuttings from the same exact plant, taken the same exact day, planted, and kept in the same growing conditions for a whole year. The only difference is these 3 was growing in 100% perlite, and there's at least 4 to 5 times the amount of roots on these plants than there is on these. So I think there's a clear winner in my book of which way I will be growing jade plants from cuttings from now on. I will be breeding them in 100% perlite for now on. Like a lot of professional nurseries that I have come in contact with show me this system compared to normal potting soil. So after 12 months, we have a clear winner. I hope you guys got something out of this video. If you have any questions, comments, please leave them down below. I love hearing from you guys, and I answer all of you guys' questions as quickly as I can. And until the next video, I hope you have a great day.